Yo, what's up everybody? It's good to see you. How's everyone doing on the Wednesday? Ryland, it's nice to see you. I hope you're doing pretty well. What else am I forgetting to say? Hold on. Where's everything up on OBS? Oh, there we go. I don't know why OBS decided to hide live chat for a second, but it's whatever. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. Me, not so much. I'm a little winded, a little tired, more than usual anyway. So if I have to end things early, it's mostly because I'm just exhausted. You're doing good? That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're doing pretty well. All right. So, the last time I played Hollow Knight, I think I just put down the first boss in the game, so I think the only thing I'm gonna do now is just figure. Okay, here's the problem. I don't quite remember just how far I've gotten. I don't remember just how far I've gotten the last time I played this game, so I guess today it'll just be more or less me figuring out where the hell did I just leave off of, and just continue from there, I suppose. Why? A lot's been going on today. Aside from the fact that I just get really exhausted after, like, excuse me, I just get pretty exhausted from working out at the gym, honestly. That's what I get for pushing myself too hard, I guess. Is there anything I'm forgetting to say? Every time I do this every time, like, I'm just trying to remember. I'm just trying to remember, like, what exactly that I was supposed to say. Anyway, yeah, so, like I was saying earlier, majority of the time is just going to be me figuring out what the hell I'm trying to... Oh, hey, One-Handed Media, it's nice to meet you. How you doing today? Hey, thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the Streamland. I hope you have a great time here. I will definitely try my best to be as entertaining as possible, provided that I don't slip up on my words every few minutes, because anybody who's known me for a long time, English rough. English is pretty damn rough for me. So, oh Jesus Christ, it's also really hot in here. Had school first today. Wait, school starts for you guys in August? Interesting. Good, bro. Oh, sweet. Well, I hope I can I hope I can make things even better. I honestly, again, I honestly don't remember where I left off with Hollow Knight. Last thing I remember is beating one of the first major bosses, as well as acquiring the dash. So from here on out, I guess it's just me trying to, like, figure out more or less where the hell else I'm supposed to go. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop rambling for now though, and I'm just going to, like, actually load up the game and fire things off. I'm sorry, I'm tripping all over myself today. There's just so much going on that I need to prepare for this weekend, and aside from that, I think I'm just about ready to... I'm gonna be honest, I'm just about ready to, like, call it a night, but, you know, I did say I was gonna stream today, regardless of my conditions, so who's ready to check out more of Hollow Nest with me? As always though, chat, this is technically my first playthrough. No, I lied. This is my third playthrough, which I have never actually beaten the game yet. So, for anybody in the chat who actually already knows how the game goes out, no spoilers, please. Luna's been recommending you a lot, so I thought I'd stop by and spend some time with you and get to know you. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here, One-Handed Media. Do you mind if I just call you One-Handed? Is that an okay thing to say? I just want to make sure. Okay. I meant to say it was the first day of school. First day of school starts for you in August? Interesting. We don't start here in Canada. We don't typically start until like, well, at least my province. We don't start until like maybe like the first week of September. But yeah, one-handed. If there's anything you want to ask me, I'm gonna try my best to answer for you. I'll answer as best as I can, though. If it's too personal for me to say, I probably will more than likely not talk about it. Oh, wonderful! The game decided not to. Oh, there it is. What is it about indie games just not really? What is it about indie games just not like working out on the or being poorly optimized? I love indie games, but like sometimes a lot of them can, at least some that I've come across, aren't really stellar. Do what you want? Alright. I just want to make sure. Alright, let's start. Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, this is my playthrough on Twitch. You know, I should probably play this game on Twitch again just to finish this particular playthrough. But right now, let's just go on ahead and continue on with my YouTube playthrough. Now, where did I leave off last time? Let me check my map. Oh, that's right. I found, do what you want, I'm here to support you. Appreciate that, one-handed, I really do. Well, since you're also subscribed to my YouTube channel, there's a lot of music pieces that I've produced that you're more than welcome to browse through. I've created a lot, so. But what I should, although I guess as a proper introduction, I am in all technicalities an amateur music producer. I have been since 2014, and I've been producing like plenty of original and original pieces as well as video game remix pieces since, well, 2014. That was like during my second year of college more than anything. So where am I supposed to go from here? Alright, let's head up. I am also technically an animation. My official profession is an animator. I've studied 3D animation since 2013. Couldn't really get anywhere as far as I'm concerned in that field, but that hasn't stopped me at all. Apple? Pear. How you doing, Celine? It's nice to see you. I forgot about these two. Ow. Wait. I'm gonna just heal for a second. And lose that hit point immediately. Oh, well, thank you for the sound alert, Celine. I appreciate that. Everyone seems to like that sound alert, huh? How many people do you think will show? I don't like to think about that. I just more or less like to think about the people who are here at the moment. The more I worry about who doesn't show up, the less likely the more people that I worry will not show up, the more it just like startles my anxiety, so I just tend to not think about it. I more or less just appreciate the people who are here. Where have I not been to, actually? Doing okay on the startups again. Currently on a writing high for lore stuff, so I'm gonna be looking for today. No worries, Celine. Good luck with your write-up. I hope it all works out well for you in the end. Where else am I supposed to go? Where else am I supposed to go from here? Oh, I don't have a map of this place yet. That's right. Yeah, it's more or less just for anybody in the chat who actually doesn't know this. In fact, I really don't talk about it as much. I do have. It apparently runs in my family too. I do have moments of anxiety where it just sort of overtakes a lot of my thinking, as much as I don't want it to. But I just sort of, like... I try my best to just not let it get to me. I try my best to not let it, like, hamper my performance in anything. Mostly through daily meditation. I know it sounds a bit corny whenever I say stuff like that, but you guys would be surprised as to, like, how simple, like, methods of breathing would actually do you well mentally. Here's what I'm about. It's too long. Oh, right, the character limit on YouTube chat's a little short. I keep forgetting that. My bad. How can we best summarize it for you then, one-handed? I do often see you in Luna Lore streams as well, so... What's that? The world I can, I can send emotes through Twitch and they appear. Anyway, lurk time. Wait, what? You sent emotes through my Twitch? Do you want an honest take on accessibility in video games? I want my channel to bring awareness to accessible video games. So you're trying to make, you're trying to make video games accessible for people? That's noble. I can respect that. There are very few games that are, like, usually accessible for, like, a lot of people. I know Microsoft is, like, I know Microsoft has been making a lot of efforts to make video gaming accessible to those, to a lot of people. So today, like I was saying earlier, it's just more or less me trying to remember where the hell I'm supposed to go. There's a lot of geodes. Wait, have I not been down that hole? Yeah, I haven't been down here yet, apparently. That's strange. I'm pretty sure I thought I did. So, hold on. I want my channel to bring awareness to accessible video games. My dream is that I can help the gaming industry to develop an ESRB-like system for people with disabilities right on the box, or an online database. Oh! I think that'd be really useful. At least for, like, not just, like, the consumers, but, like, for game developers as well. I can get behind that. But the question is, how would you go about doing that, though? Like, are you a game developer yourself, one-handed? Or like, hold on. But seriously, one-handed, that's actually very noble. I hope it all works out for you. I think it's also very cool that there are some game devs out there who are trying to make gaming accessible for every, like, a particular audience. Wait, what? I was hoping for the stream to not be during school. Ryland, if you get in trouble just because you were watching me stream something right at the moment, I cannot be held responsible for that. So, if anything, please focus on the class at hand. I do not want to. I would just feel a lot of guilt if I found out someone is like forsaking their studies just to watch some goofball play video games online. Ludo wants to do an interview with me about that. Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna have to tune in and find out more about that, because that actually is not only that's really fascinating for one thing, and I am just genuinely interested to know more about it. Yeah, like I was saying, it's pretty cool that there are some game developers out there who are trying to make gaming accessible out for like a certain demographic of like people, and I hope we get to see more of that. Ow! Am I even supposed to be here? Probably not, but what's this? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Thorns of Agony? Oh wait, that's a pin. Oh, right, that's a defensive pin. I could use that for later. Wait, can I equip it now, though? Let's find out. Senses the pain of its bearer and lashes out to the world around them. When taking damage, sprout thorny vines that damage nearby foes. Oh, I remember this one. To equip the charm. I think the only thing that bothers me about this game in particular is that it kind of, in order to like equip a pin, you have to be sitting at a bench. I will give you some of my opinion on it. Oh? I'd like to hear more. Well, now that we're on the topic of accessibility, mind you, does anybody in the chat like have any suggestions as to how I could make my streams accessible like other types of people? I do want to like compensate. I do want to try my best to compensate for everybody as much as I possibly can. In my opinion, and keep this in mind, I've been playing video games for 30 years now. Okay. Okay, I think I can finally go this way? I don't remember. I hardly remember where I'm supposed to go these days. Can I finally go here? I don't remember. I think I can. Oh, wait, I need a certain, No, I actually can't go through here yet. Hi, Gur, it's good to see you, dude. How's your day going? You're just in time. I'm in the middle of trying to rediscover what the hell I've been doing the last time I played this game. My only problem is with this game is that I can barely remember a thing as to what I was doing. Although all this backtracking and like exploring has been getting me a lot of geodes, so I guess I can't really complain on that. Best live streamer ever? I don't quite put myself on that level, but I appreciate the sentiment regardless. It's still very poor, but I like... Wait, hold on. In my opinion, and keep this in mind, I've been playing video games for 30 years now. It's still very poor, but I like what they've been doing, I like what they're doing, but there are things that I would like to see happen that aren't available because companies are so uptight about their API. In what way? Like this is all new information to me, so forgive me if I'm not really quite up to date on the the vocabulary as well as the terminology, I should say. Because, in my opinion, that might just come across as like information that I could, like, potentially need to improve on like my own production works, you know? Okay, so where have I been? So I can't go there yet. Can't even go to the Forbidden Crossroads yet. Or Forgotten Crossroads, excuse me. I'm gonna get rid of that for now, and replace it with Thorns of Agony. Oh, I can't. Damn it. I can equip 2 more, though. Or 1 more, excuse me. Like, for me, I have a PlayStation controller that I like to use. Right? I guess I should go back to Forgotten Crossroads, though. Maybe it'll give me a clue as to where I'm supposed to go next. I just acquired the dash, so maybe that'll help me get somewhere in the crossroads that I haven't been to yet. Oops. Let's head up. But what I would like to see for people in wheelchairs to be able to use their wheelchair as their controller itself. Now that would be interesting. I actually would like to see that kind of technology. Good. Lost that shortcut. Oh god, it's so dark in here. You know what, I'm gonna come back here when I have the lantern. In fact, I think I have enough to get the lantern, right? I'm currently using a text-to-speech program to speak with you. Wait, seriously? That's interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. And I'm also battling with YouTube's character limit at the time of we're speaking. I didn't even know that until you brought that up. I do want to apologize for that. I had no idea that there was like a character limit set for like talking on YouTube. I will probably fix that in the future. I could probably do that now, though that would probably mean I'd have to end stream for a minute to fix that. First, I should head back up to Dirtmouth and see if I can buy any new upgrades, because I do have plenty of geode for that right now. I've got like 910 to spare, so maybe I can use that to buy any more upgrades that I could potentially need. Let's head back up. Oh, who are you?
Serema.
Pale thing. You wear that nail with ease. If you're in search of combat, you'll find no great warriors in this decaying burrow. I heard an arena exists somewhere below, one built for our like. Meet me there, and we'll test what skills you possess. I'll be heading down soon. Come find me, if you dare. Okay. Whatever you say, Tiso.
Bueno.
Hollow Nest. What challengers await in its ruin? I don't know. Go down there and let me know. You there! Why are you skulking about in the shadows? Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. I am Zote the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Tremble before me. While you were hiding here in your dingy little village, I ventured into the dark pits below us and slew a great beast. It had sharp mandibles and atrocious manners. I'm pretty sure that's the same beast that I just saved your ass from. So, you might not want to take my glory is what I'm getting at. No, it's built into the streaming platform, and I could speak to you over Discord if you prefer, if you don't mind me coming in to commentate with you. I know it's unorthodox. Sure. I hold on, I think I can try something like that. Hold on a minute. We could do something like that. Although that does lend the question, one-handed media. How exactly did you find my friend Luna? Did you just happen to like come across her stream at some point on Twitch? Yes, all glory to me, but I don't have time for adultation. I must rest and prepare for my next journey down. Why, so I can rescue you again? That daft fellow over there. He keeps talking absolute drivel. Seems to think the very air is deadly dumb in the caverns. Perhaps he should consider not breathing. He keeps talking about dreams, too. Dreams are for those too feeble to truly live. Uh-huh. Says the old knight in his old age. Tell me if you want to play Minecraft. I'm not really in the mood to be like doing anything for Minecraft, so. And plus, aren't you? Plus, Rylan, aren't you even in class at the moment? Yes? Okay, hold on a sec. I will, There we are. What is happening? Don't need any of these pins. Oh, right. It's in the shop. The shopkeep is to the left of here. Keep forgetting that. Come on. How much do we need for the lantern? Ah, I'm halfway. I'm halfway there. I guess I should. I guess I should buy more stuff for myself, though. Let's see. What do I need, though, in particular? This charm grants you more time to recover after taking damage. Stalwart Shell. You know, actually, I will come back here later, and I will, I'll actually come back there later. Let's call for the stag for now. Hi there. Back to the Forgotten Crossroads, I guess. There's gotta be somewhere I gotta go to, just to... Oh, it's you. Yeah, pale thing. You use these old lines? Pathetic. A real warrior carries himself to combat. He has no need for such convenience. I mean, the future is now, buddy. I don't know why you're shaming me for using good technology. It was a Randall, no, this. It was a rando. This is, no, this is really unorthodox. But would you like me to call you to have a good cake? Have a good cake. The conversation there. Sure. Throw in the call, and I'll. Actually, I can just do that for you right now. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. If you're, if you're ready for a call at this moment, one-handed, I will definitely, I'll definitely proceed to start it now. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll initiate the call. Although you probably couldn't at the moment. I guess I should just head back down. I do need the extra geodes, so. Head down. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Hello there.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, one-handed.
Hold on.
Oh. I do need to make some volume adjustments to the game, though, so that I can properly hear you, though, so excuse me for a sec.
Wait a second. My computer's acting weird. I can't hear you through Discord. Yeah.
Hold on, do I need to make any adjustments to my on my end, or? Hold on, I'm actually gonna have to also close my window because they're starting to play loud music out there.
I can't hear you through Discord.
Hold on, do I need to make the adjustments to my on my end, or?
It's your end. I can't hear you through Discord at all.
You can't hear me through
The
Discord?
way I'm hearing you right now is through the stream.
Oh dear, I'm sorry, hold on. I don't know how to fix that, but what if I...
It's your end. I can't hear you through Discord at all.
Alright.
I'm hearing you right now is through the stream.
Oh dear, what if I just... hold on. Alright, is that any better? Is that any better?
I can hear you now.
All right, perfect. Sorry about that. It turns out the mic gain on my the gain on my microphone was pretty low.
There we go.
I just might have to put it directly a bit more to my face. Is that better? Is that any better?
You're echoing now.
Oh, I'm echoing now? What?
All right, perfect. Sorry about that.
I can actually hear myself. I don't know why.
My microphone was pretty low.
It's alright.
Why am I echoing? That shouldn't be happening.
More to my face. Is that better?
Yes, that's better. That's much better. You're echoing now.
Oh, I'm echoing now? What? Sorry.
Right. So,
Yeah, I can hear myself.
you said something about trying to make like gaming accessible for like a lot of people. I'd like you to know a little bit more about that.
Is it better?
Yes, that's better. Do you have headphones on?
I do have headphones on. Hi, 180. It's good to see you.
Right. So, you said something about trying to make like gaming accessible for like a lot of
Hold on.
people. I'd like you
Output
to know a
device.
little bit more about that.
Well, video games since I was 2 years old at the time.
I do have headphones on. 180. It's good to see you. Right. So, you said something about trying to make gaming accessible for like a lot of people.
Try
Wait.
saying something.
Wait, now you're echoing 180? What's going on?
I'd like you to know a little bit more. What?
There's an echo that's really delayed. Oh,
I
I do have headphones.
I'm really sorry about this one-handed. I didn't expect to do this today.
The only way I can get the audio from you is through the
There's an echo
stream.
that's really delayed. Oh.
The only way
It's
to
gotta
get
be your
audio.
Discord settings.
So it's either on Discord's end or my end,
I
right?
didn't expect to do this today.
No worries, no worries. The only way I can get audio from you is through the stream.
How about now, 180? Is there still an echo?
So it's either on Discord's end or my end, right?
It would be on your end through Discord. Something's wrong with your audio device settings.
That's strange. I've never
I
done.
have the same issue sometimes.
That's
How about
strange. I've
now,
never.
180? Is there still an echo?
This has never happened to me before.
So it's either on Discord's end.
So let me turn this stream off. I'm still getting audio from your stream, but it's okay. I can work with it.
Are you sure?
This has never happened.
So let me turn this stream off. I'm still getting audio from your stream, but it's okay. I can work with it.
I'm really sorry about this, chat. I'm actually trying to do.
Yeah, I can work with it.
It's only
Might be a
you
couple
that's echoing,
seconds
though?
behind, but I can work
Interesting.
with it.
Why am I echoing? That's not right.
I'm really sorry about this, chat. I'm actually trying to.
Yeah, I can work with it.
It's only you that's echoing, though?
Alright, but I can work with it.
If you talk really quietly, I can barely hear you in the.
Why am I echoing? That's not
If you talk really quietly, I can barely hear
So
you
if
in
you
the
go
echo.
through your options in next to your icon, right, and then check your audio settings in there.
Okay. What am I looking for specifically?
If you talk really quietly, I can barely hear
So
you
if
in the
you go
echo.
through your options in next to your icon, right, and then check your audio settings in there. This is really weird.
Yeah, I've never had this problem before.
I'm looking for it right now.
180. Am I still echoing at the moment?
Um, You're looking for voice and video.
Voice and video? Okay, I found. Okay, I found it.
This is really weird.
Yeah, I've never had this problem before.
I'm looking for it right now.
Uh,
Okay, it might have been my fault.
Am I still echoing at the moment?
Let me check that for you.
All right.
Say something now.
Is this any better?
Yep, it was my fault.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
have my output right. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Technical difficulties.
It happens on every stream. Don't worry.
Yeah. So you were saying?
Right. So you did say something about you did mention something earlier before about a similar rating in the way that games are rated based on like the maturity of the content, but you wanted to do something similar to that for those who are like what's the word? Hold on, I'm actually scrolling through chat to find this.
Challengingly impaired, let's say.
Right, right.
So what I was thinking, you have your ESRB. Well, I was thinking of taking that system and putting it towards disability functions in games. So it's right there on the box before you even buy it.
Okay.
Because what's the point of owning a game and you can't play it, right?
Right. I can see how that can be disadvantageous to like certain consumers. Especially if you just want to enjoy the product, right?
Right. And as I was growing up, like 13, 14, 15, I really started to realize, hey, I really want to play this game, but there's no way for me to. So that's what got me started on all that.
Have you any idea how like you're going to accomplish that though? Because that sounds like a very daunting task to do by yourself.
I know that's one thing I want to do, but I don't have I have the time, but not the resources.
Yeah, because I imagine pulling the resources just to be able to do something like that would be a bit daunting.
Yeah, it would be. Like I said, I've been playing video games for 30 years now. So
30
I
years?
know what needs to be done. I'm 32 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing video games when I was 2 years old, believe it or not.
I'm sorry, how old?
2 years old when I started.
2 years old. So similar to me then. That's when I started playing as well.
Yes, I started around the NES, but really got into it in the SNES.
The SNES.
Yeah. So after many, many, many years, after like in my early teens, I started to realize, hey, something's wrong here. I want to change it. Don't know how. So I just started with my YouTube channel.
Your YouTube channel being One-Handed Media, correct?
At the time, I was known as Hipster91. Then I went over to DJing. Then I started One-Handed Media.
Is there some significance to the name One-Handed Media, like the name itself?
I play games one-handed.
Ah, okay. I just thought.
Because of my disability. Right.
Right, right.
which is cerebral palsy, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I didn't really want to ask in case it was like too personal of a subject to touch on.
No, no, I look forward to it actually.
Okay, well, because you know the last thing I want to
didn't
do
mean
is step
to-
on any proverbial toes on the matter.
Yeah, I didn't mean to distract you from your game, of course.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I was actually genuinely curious. I've never heard of anyone making the efforts to do anything like that for those who are disabled or anything of that sort. It's a rarity to ever come across something like that. And those who are trying to do anything like that are normally corporate entities, like say Microsoft, for example.
No, Microsoft is doing the right thing. But see, I am not a Sony fanboy, as they call it. I just
Oh,
like games. Like, I'm not against one company or the other. It's like, if there's a game I want to play, I will find a way to play it. Whether it be Steam, whether it be Epic, whether it be PlayStation, whether it be the Switch, I will find a way to play it.
I see. I see. Well, in that case, how on the Switch, for example, because this is actually starting to like, because I'm actually kind of curious about that. If you're able, if you said you were able to, if there's a way for you to play the game, like say on a Switch, for example, how would you go about doing that? I've never heard of anything like that before.
Well, I use a USB GameCube controller, actually.
With
Believe it or not.
really, like, with just one hand, that's actually impressive when you say it like that.
But see, I have to hold the triggers a certain way. Like if I'm playing a first-person shooters, I will not physically touch them. Because I know I cannot physically do them.
Right.
But I would like to. You know, so then I was thinking, why not just use the chair that we already have for it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because these things cost a lot of money. I am in a power wheelchair, for example. Those things cost a lot. But there is always a controller to control the chair. So why not use that as the interface for the system? Right?
That would make a lot of sense for those who are bound to a wheelchair or to a chair to begin with. Yeah, I can see that.
But the problem is, I would need companies to agree to let me take a look at their API.
Oh, right, and some companies aren't really... And because of competition, I assume that some companies won't allow that to happen.
Yeah. And there are mod shops that cost, let's say, $600 just to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not an exaggeration. I've had people that have modded their controllers broke within a month.
Break
I'm
with
like,
it.
dude, you wasted all that money? And
That's
so
unf-
that even furthered my drive to get this done.
That's actually a shame, because like, in my you've been talking about this for some time, but it's like, I do agree with the fact that gaming should be made accessible to everybody. It's also just a shame that only one company seems to be doing that at the moment. I know Sony, for whatever reason, is kind of, last I checked, was kind of against it. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
They are against it. In in my estimation, and I put in thousands and thousands of dollars into my gaming career over the years.
Really?
Yeah. On my PlayStation account alone, I own 1,000 games.
That's a lot more than I ever own at the moment.
On my Switch, I only own that I actually play about 13.
Mm-hmm.
On my Steam account, I own about, let's say, 30. My SNES, I owned about 200. My N64, I owned about 200.
I
My
see.
Sega, I owned about 40 there. So you can really see where I'm coming from when I say thousands and thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm. You weren't wow, you actually were not lying. That's by comparison, I think you may have spent a little bit more compared to me.
Right? But I see it as not only a monetary gain for them, but a need for them to put this in place.
Right.
But who better to do it than me?
Because I
Only
assume
one person.
because I assume there's not a lot of people doing something like that at the moment, right?
There's nobody doing it.
You feel like there would be, but
So when I play games, for example, I play the game in full, then a couple months later, I will return to the game and really try to dissect the game personally.
I'm sorry, what was that? You may have cut out for a sec. Also, hi Jezel, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Um, when I, where did we cut off?
Uh, something about so you were describing about like how you were the only one doing trying to make gaming accessible at the moment. I think that's where we left off.
Okay. Um, I've asked like different charities, what are you doing for the disabled community? Like when it comes to games, and they just shake their heads. But my question is, why are third parties the only one that's doing it? Like Able Gamers Charity, or some other third thing, or some other hospital. Why is it always them?
Right, because you'd think a charity like maybe say for example Extra Life. That's like the only gaming charity that I know of. You think they would at least try to like bring it up as an issue, considering the reach that they have at the moment.
And I only have, for example, let's say 200 people in my collective that I broadcast to when I decide to stream or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very, very limited. But the more I talk to people, I start making sense with them. Like for Luna, I know she has tremors. And she watched my video on how I actually physically play games one handed. And she, like, literally cried and stuff.
So wait a sec. She actually has seen some of your content before.
I was in her. This is how we met. Like, I was on Twitch, just like minding my own business, when I saw her name, and I'm like, I'm curious about this person. So I went in there, introduced myself, then I told her about myself, right? And then we started corresponding,
Mm-hmm.
and then she added me on Discord. I sent her the video, and that's when she cried.
Really? She never actually told me this before.
Right? But that's when it was. I guess she was doing it privately.
I suppose so, because normally, like, I've been a close friend of hers since the pandemic even started, and I actually didn't know that.
Right? And that's how I got involved in her Discord, which you are a part of too.
Correct.
So I was like, when she personally asked me to join her Discord, I was in shock. Because I did not expect that to happen at all.
Yeah, Luna Laura and the rest of her their community there is very very interesting, like very cool group of people to be a part of. And to answer your question, Jezel, the second person in call with me right now is One-Handed Media, gentlemen. Or sorry, what are your pronouns before I actually continuing? One-handed, if you don't mind me asking, so they don't.
He, him, they.
Sorry, repeat that.
You're asking my pronouns, right?
Yes.
He, him, they.
Okay, so to answer your question, Jezel, One-Handed Media is a person who is basically trying to make gaming a bit more accessible to those who are of how would you say it, One-Handed?
Who are physically challenged.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And right now, I just figured, you know, it's a very admirable goal that what he's trying to do, and he did offer to come into a call and describe his goal a bit more for everybody else. More or less me, because I was actually also very interested to know.
And I just decided, hey, because YouTube's character limit is limiting me on what I want to say. Why not I come on here and explain it to you directly?
Yeah, and I figured that was just the best course of action, so that One-Handed wouldn't feel like exhausted, let alone potentially irritated by YouTube's character limit.
And, by the way, I've been to their headquarters in Toronto. Very nice people over there.
I'm sorry, whose headquarters?
I went to Google's headquarters in Toronto.
You've been there before?
Yeah.
Oh. Were they very accommodating, I hope, or?
Yes, they were.
Alright, that's good, because normally we hear like nightmare stories about like people being rude.
I know stuff about YouTube that no one else knows.
Such as?
Such as how to get around those pesky bots.
Pesky bots, eh? So is that a tip you're okay with sharing right now live, or is that just gonna be another secret that we're gonna have to figure out on our own?
That you will have to figure out on your own.
Okay, you know what? That is totally
But
fair.
I will say this. I do have a direct line to them.
A
Most
direct
people
line?
don't have that.
Yeah, because normally they're also very difficult to just reach and like have a one-on-one conversation with. Normally.
And I'm a lucky case because they know me personally. I have a YouTube video actually showing that I was there.
I'll have to have a look at your content at some point then, during the week.
Um, yeah, so I'm doing mostly Twitch streams right now to build up my following over there.
Right,
I seem to
considering...
be getting more interaction over there than I do here, which is quite shameful.
Right, considering, it is a little bit easier to forge a community on Twitch than it is on YouTube, supposedly. I don't really know much of the discoverability, like how it works on both platforms, so... gotta go, y'all. Have a nice rest of the
I know
stream.
about YouTube discoverability. I can't divulge what I know yet, but if you ever needed some pointers, my friend, I can get you those.
That would potentially help
Or
in
I
the
can just
future.
show you.
I would appreciate that, yes. Also, hi Joey, it's good to see you.
And if anyone has questions in chat for me, they're more than welcome to ask. Do not be shy. So, how's your playthrough going?
Right now I'm just running around in circles because I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to do next. But I've been so
Yes, I
enamored
do
by this
enjoy this
conversation
game,
that
by the way.
I'm sorry.
I do enjoy this game, by the way.
Yeah, it's a very good game with a lot of fascinating bits of pieces in the lore, of which I'm trying to piece together.
And I really just like how YouTube always changes their rules and don't tell nobody. They don't even tell me.
Yeah, that's always been this platform's problem. Just and even Twitch is guilty of this sometimes. A lack of communication between their creators and themselves, because half the time they're not always like direct, let alone precise as to what they want from us. So half the time we end up just getting like infractured one way or the other. And
And I'm mad at Twitch. You know why? They say that blind playthrough is offensive to blind people.
excuse me?
But I don't see it that way.
Wait. This is the first time I've actually ever heard something like that before. They think that the term blind playthrough is offensive to those who like visually impaired. Is that what I'm
Blind.
hearing?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the
And
first.
they've gotten rid of the entire category because of that.
That's the first time I've actually ever heard of that. That's, wow. I legitimately don't know how I feel about that.
And that's what I'm saying. I enjoyed that category. And the fact that they got rid of it when I enjoyed it, because it would let people know, hey, I haven't played this game at all. Right?
I didn't even
And to
know.
top it all off,
I didn't even
I
know
have
it was a
no
category
future
until you.
anyway.
I didn't even know it was a category until you explained it to me.
I have low vision anyway. And so when I got the notification that category is gone. Like, I was like, what the heck? Did you not even consult disabled people when they got rid of it?
I mean, Twitch also has a bad reputation of just not being. Again, Twitch just has a generally terrible reputation of just not being in constant communication with their own user base. So, odds are probably they did not. Even if they did, it probably was from like a vocal minority who did think that way.
And you think YouTube's in the clear of this? No, it did not. They got rid of the dislike button.
Well, that's a bit problematic, all things considered.
I liked the dislike button because it would give me graphics on how my videos were doing. Now I don't know how my videos are doing because the dislike button is gone.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about the dislike button being gone. It is still somewhat available here in my here in Canada, but they did hide the amount of dislikes that were being shown on the videos themselves, which again is also just kind of a big no-no anyway, because it's the dislikes are like usually a good way of like being able to like gauge whether or not a video is worth your time or not half the time. You don't gotta be right, you just gotta be loud enough. Unfortunately, that is apparently how that works. I wish that wasn't the case, but that is where we are at the moment. Oh, hold on a sec, chat. I got a private message to answer for a second. Oh, that's not important. I'll just answer that later. So, one-handed media then. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any favorite games in particular that you enjoy playing?
Sorry about that, my computer crashed.
Oh, it's fine. I'm sorry that your computer crashed. I did want to ask, are there any games in particular that you are like that you enjoy playing, given your current circumstances?
Persona 5, Persona games in general, Dynasty Warriors, otherwise known as Three Kingdoms, and most RPGs I do enjoy, like Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy. I even like some horror games, like Team's indie game, Mad Father, Amnesia, some fighting games like Dragon Ball Z games.
Oh, that's okay. See, that's the interesting thing about fighting games, though, is that it does take a lot of hand-eye coordination, as well as like it does take a lot just to like play a lot of certain fighting games. So my questions to you, as someone with you did say cerebral palsy, correct?
Yes.
How do you actually end up playing fighting games at all? Like, I know there was only ever one player. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can answer that for you. Go ahead.
Okay, because the only person I've actually ever like seen play fighting games, despite being I'm trying to put this lightly. I forgot what condition he had, but he was able to play a fighting game using nothing but his own mouth, and I just thought that was and I just thought that was impressive. I don't really quite remember his handle, something Broly, but I know that he had my respect just by how he was able to play the game. So, in your case, how are you able to play fighting games? Is what I'm trying to like ask here.
So, in my case, I have to have the controller in my lap underneath my desk, right? I don't even look where the buttons are, because I play so many fighting games and they're practically all the same. The only difference is the timing.
Right.
So, to take Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, for example, I have to hold the controller in my lap, plus look at the target, plus hit L2 or LT, as they like to call it on Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
and then tap the corresponding button for my super attacks. But to get into my ultimate attacks, I would have to hold R key or R2, which would be the right bumper and the left bumper at the same time, plus aim my shot and hope it connects, for example.
Hope it connects. Like, does it not work for you half the time when it does, or?
Um, Sometimes my hands are really, really shaky, so it adds like another layer.
Yeah, I could see how that could be disadvantageous, especially with like a game that, especially with a genre of games that are like that require precise controls as well as like fast hand-eye reactions. So it must be like exhausting after a while.
Oh yeah. That's why I don't play them that often. The only reason I played Kakarot when I did was because Luna wanted to see it.
I see.
She's never seen that game before. So I said, you know what? For my birthday, I'm gonna do this. Right?
Hmm.
So I spent 4.5 hours at a stream I normally do in 2 hours. Because I normally just stream for 2 hours at a time.
Is it mostly because it's just a physical strain after a while for you?
It can be. It can be.
Well,
Like I
given
was
some
saying before, if
right.
I can use my chair controller as the actual controller, that comes natural to me.
I see. Well, given the disadvantages that you unfortunately had to put up with, what games do you normally stream on your Twitch channel then, if you don't mind me asking?
Um, Mostly Persona 5, maybe for the scatter odd time. I like hack and slashes, but mostly RPGs, MJRPGs, especially ones that are turn-based.
So games like
But
maybe Final Fantasy, for example.
exactly, and even some new ones. Like, for an average person, when they say something is 100 hours, I have to tack on another $100. 100 hours just to do the same thing.
That does sound get tedious after a while when you put it like that.
hmm But hey, I'm not discounting what they've done, what they did. I'm just telling you how I take it. So when they say 40 hours for a game, it would take me 80 hours. It doubles because of my limitations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is really, really disappointing. Because I lag behind everyone else.
Right. So it must. So it. You know that actually, I actually do want to bring up another question regarding this whole thing. Uh, so despite all that, have you? And this is something you don't have to answer if it's too much of a personal subject to answer. Uh, Given the opportunity to be like a developer yourself, even with your disadvantages at the moment, would
I'd
there?
rather be a consultant than a developer, actually. Because I do not develop games, but I can consult with people and, you know,
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah, I understand what you mean. I do apologize if that was a not an ideal question to be asking.
No, go ahead. I'm open to any.
So, in that case, then, if you do want to consult, like, if given the opportunity to consult with any gaming company or even just developers at that for that matter, wh- who who in particular would you be consulting for? Any particularly favorites?
I would. Do you mean company wise or the department I would be uh, assigned to?
Let's say, well, let's say the departments.
Definitely QA, quality assurance, and for most game developer companies, they don't have a disabled division themselves.
Most QA departments uh, don't hire anything of the sort like that.
And because it's all followed in QA, but the QA I specialize in, no one has a specific department that it goes to.
Right, I see.
So it's classified as regular QA, but I specialize in uh, accessibility features. But if they had a specific department, I would love to pick apart the companies up one side and down the other. If you know what I mean.
Of course. Oh boy.
We'll take the words from the late Satoru Iwata, if I may.
Of course. I do
In
respect.
my mind, I'm a game consultant. In my heart, I'm a gamer. But, as my well being says, first, I am a disabled person. But if I can change one life, then I've done my job. I
Yeah, that.
just need the opportunity.
So, you speak of opportunities a lot, actually. Were there any other companies, or like, were there any companies you've ever actually been to that would try to like give you that opportunity, or have they all been like subsequently denied?
Denied.
Really? Like they never
The
bothered to?
only place I've been able to do some R&D for was my children's hospital at the time, when I used to live in Toronto.
Oh, so you're from Canada as well then?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Wow. Well, let me say though, from one Canadian to another, honestly, I do wish you I do wish you a lot of good luck in hopefully getting somewhere with your endeavors.
It's a struggle.
I I would imagine, especially if you keep getting turned down like a lot.
And personally, I love gaming. But if I can actually get a job doing it, or even the fact just to have some level of income that I can somewhat live off of, that would be my ideal job.
Well, I certainly hope that you're able to. Judging from everything you've been talking about so far today, it does you do sound very like a very passionate individual about making gaming accessible for those who are at a disadvantage. Well, just to put it lightly.
I hope I was able to enlighten you a bit.
I mean, I mean, to be honest, I was kind of I was always giving Microsoft their like proper share of respect for like being able to make gaming accessible to those who are like physically challenged, as you said earlier. I just didn't think I just didn't think it was that bad. I knew that I had heard that gaming was being a bit more accessible for everybody, for the disabled more or less, but I didn't think it was that big of a challenge until you brought it up.
It is. I just hope I was able to give you some insight into what your fellow gamers are feeling when it comes to that. Because you were probably thinking it's not that bad.
It's not that I was thinking it was that bad. I just didn't really have like I couldn't get an idea of the scope as to like just how bad it was. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. And I don't fault you for that. And you know why I don't fault you for that? Because most people genuinely don't think about the controls. And by the way, I do have a challenge out for people.
A challenge?
Yes. I've said this in my introductory video, but I would just like to reiterate that. I would like to see people that are able-bodied actually play a game that is the FPS genre one-handed to see what I go through.
Hmm.
And then people might actually begin to realize, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, because I've never. Again, I don't really know that many people in my life who are not able-bodied. Who are not able-bodied like yourself. I don't know that many people, so maybe I will attempt it, like at some point. Not for content, mind you, because I don't think that's a generally good idea for an able-bodied person to be doing something like that for content.
Actually, it might be. Because if you do that, that would show validity to what I am saying.
Okay.
I'm not trying to contradict you. I'm just say, hey, I would like some validity to what I say. Because people say or they're going to do it, but they don't actually do it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
They cower out of it. But what does that do to my message? It harms it instead of helps it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And respect other streamers. But I just want their heads to think, okay, what would a disabled person do? Right? Because they don't normally think about the controls at all. They use two hands. I only have the option of one.
Right, and going back to having like your chair as the controller, as you said before, I would imagine that would make it a lot more easier for you to enjoy like a lot of the games that most able-bodied people are able to.
Absolutely.
Because I think it'd be cool if that were the case. Like, imagine I would like to imagine being able to play like a high octane game, like say a fighting game, like say something as gruesome as like say Mortal Kombat, for example. I think that'd be really
I
cool to
love
face someone.
Mortal Kombat, by the way.
You already have my respect then if that's the case. I've been a Street Fighter and a Mortal Kombat fan since like my teenage years, so
I agree. I agree. I didn't mean to distract you from your gameplay. I was just thinking I might as well jump into a Discord call and explain it to you the way I see it.
oh no, it is. Oh no, that is perfectly okay. One of the reasons why I agreed to doing this, one, I was curious. Two, I also didn't really want to make sure that our conversation didn't put any like level of stress on you. Like I did want to alleviate said stress as best as I possibly could. I do try to accommodate for like most of my audience to the best of my ability, as like most people should. It's just that I've also actually never, again, like I said earlier, I don't really know that many non-able-bodied people in my life, so this has been a learning experience overall. So if anything, I wouldn't feel bad about it.
And if Luna's okay with it, I would like to offer you a chance to actually be interviewed with me. Because you now know my story, and the three of us could have quite a good banter going between the three of us.
That would ultimately
it's
be
okay
Luna's
with
decision
Luna.
because it is their stream after all. But given the if I'm also not like if I'm also not busy with my own schedules, because between streaming and like
I completely understand.
yeah, because between streaming and just being a freelancer myself, I'm still trying to find like the balance between like making as much time for as many people as I possibly can. It's still a balance that I have yet to find for myself.
Understood. if you need help with anything YouTube related, Twitch related, I am here for you, my friend.
I definitely
Trust me.
appreciate the assistance. I will definitely consult you if I do need if I do need some like sage wisdom on like what I should be doing.
Alright.
Oh.
YouTube is good, but the character limits is not the best. Because when I talk to people, I use my speech to text program, and I just go to town paragraph after paragraph after paragraph.
I would imagine that even doing that is just also very strenuous on your let's say wrist. Does that make sense?
I actually use a microphone to talk. So the same microphone I'm using now to speak with you is also the same one I use to communicate with my text-to-speech program.
Ah, okay. So I can do is avoid these.
So I didn't mean to interrupt your chat there. I just wanted to let everyone know that I support them and I support you and everything that comes along with that.
Of course. Listen. Like I said earlier, I don't have a problem with. I didn't initially had a problem with reaching out to you via a Discord call, if only because I was also genuinely interested to learn more about the subject, and I was also concerned that the the limits on communication between the streamer and the viewer would be pretty strenuous on someone like yourself. So that was the whole reason why I also wanted to do this as well.
I enjoy speaking with people.
That's totally fine.
When I stream, there has to be a second person, otherwise my commentary falls flat.
So you normally have someone to like co-host with you?
That's what I would like.
I see.
Because otherwise, after 10-15 minutes and no one chatting there, I kind of lose focus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So having that second person in my ear helps me focus.
I see. So are there no friends? So are there no friends that are like able to co-host with you?
I have offered it to Luna
Oh shit.
a little bit, but I don't have very many friends that are actually physically there, you know?
So no one in your immediate surroundings to help you co-host, basically.
No. I mean, there's my family, but they're too young and don't really get it.
I assume they also don't really have like a general interest in just like the whole streaming culture. I assume.
Right, they're too young for that.
Right. Of course.
So that's why I turn to places like Discord or, you know.
Buy this map because I'm gonna need it later.
You're doing awesomely even though you're going in circles, by the way.
Yeah. To be honest, I've also been very invested in this conversation too, because this is something that I'm not really properly educated on, and I want to be, if only to be able to maybe also use this information to accommodate for like any viewers who are of your who also share your physical disadvantages, if that makes sense.
Right. And I respect that, and I want to help you and anyone else for that matter. Because I feel like I'm not doing my job unless I'm not helping somebody.
I
That's,
I I also suffer from from that particular problem as well. I feel like if I'm not doing enough to help people, then I just generally don't feel like I'm doing something right. With what little reach I have as a, I guess, veteran streamer at this point, considering I've been doing this for about technically 3 years now.
I've had 3 YouTube channels at one point.
You had 3 channels?
At one point.
What happened to them?
I either got bored with them and then restarted them, or they got hacked. Like, for example, my One Hand Media account got hacked by someone in India.
It was hacked?
So I essentially had to start my own channel again. That's why my subscriber count is so low.
I see. Were any... So wait, were any of the previous followers from your other accounts aware that your account was hacked? Or has that message not been,
No.
like, broadcasted or anything?
Like, I went to bed, and then I received an email from YouTube stating that my email has been changed, and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh yeah, someone was definitely trying to hack you then, if that was the case. Oh shit.
So, what ended up happening was, I had to shut down my email, restart it up again, and then put everything back that I originally put. Luckily, I had previous videos that I had saved to my computer just in the event that something happened to the channel.
Yeah, see, chat, this is an important thing. Always make sure you have your files backed up somewhere in case the worst happens to, like, any of your accounts.
And don't rely on two-factor authentication, because I did have that, and somehow they bypassed it.
That's frightening.
That's why always have a backup of your content, have a backup of all your pages, all your contacts, who your followers were, just so you could let them know.
Yeah.
And at the time I had 252 followers.
I'm assuming a lot of them weren't aware of your new accounts due to being hacked.
Absolutely not.
Do you not own like any sort of social media accounts just for that purpose alone, or are you against the use of social media?
I put out a tweet. I let YouTube know what happened, even though I deleted my account already, just to be sure that, you know, it didn't turn into something crypto related.
Yeah, that's been
some type of scam thingy.
Yeah, that's been a problem a lot recently. I've noticed some YouTubers have had their channels like had their accounts hacked to be like to be rebranded as a crypto account that was like all for crypto and whatnot, and that in of itself is just, yeah, of course it's very scummy, but also at the same time it's also a very scary thing.
I'm very legit with what I say. Be warned, people. Your account may not be safe, even though you're on it.
I mean, that's also typically the reason why I change my password periodically on most accounts, because I'm afraid of that might happen.
Just make sure, whatever platform you're on, to let them know that you're worried about your account being hacked. That way they can start a paper trail. I love everyone here. It doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter where you come from, protect your stuff.
Well, you're definitely a blessing in disguise for like a lot of people in the streaming community for sure. One-handed.
I'm definitely unique too.
Also, Sarantira, hey, it's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day today.
Indeed. And I hope you don't mind me staying with you.
No, of course not. I don't mind at all. I just hope this comes off as informative to like not just myself but to the viewers as well. Oh, it's this gentleman.
I'm trying to protect all of you by saying this. Do not, in under any circumstances, open anything you don't know the person to. I'm talking about your emails. And always check the string tied to the email that is sent in like virus total or something. It is very important to know what you're doing. And even if I may suggest this, get a VPN.
Well, it's a good thing that most antivirus software nowadays they come with their own VPNs, which is great. Ouch.
I would recommend NordVPN or ExpressVPN. Even though I don't use them, I have used the trials, and I love it.
Yeah, don't they normally offer like a 1 month free trial or something? Or at least some companies do.
If you buy a subscription for the year, they give you 3 months free and a 30-day trial to begin with. Some VPNs offer a 14-day trial. Those are the two that I recommend.
So Nord and Express, correct?
Yes.
I know that there are some YouTubers out there who have like done collaborations with them in the past, so I might have to look into them at some point anyway. Provided that I actually have the cash for that.
I highly recommend it if you're a streamer. You need one.
For what reason in particular?
Just so if anyone tries to dox you, they don't get your information.
Oh, okay.
It will mask your IP address.
That's something I'm also gonna have to like be aware of in the future as well.
Throw up a random IP address. of whatever country you are in. You can even pretend you're in, uh, let's say, Iceland, for example. So when they try to dox you, they will get a random Iceland IP. Well, you're safe in Canada or the US, for example.
Hmm.
And having a VPN unlocks geo-restricted content for people that are like Netflix or like to buy games at a cheaper price, for example.
Right, I understand that was an advantage to having a VPN as well. Just getting
Yeah.
just getting content for often cheaper, as well as getting content you normally wouldn't be able to see in your region.
Right.
Which is great, because that would probably make watching Kamen Rider a lot easier for me.
Yeah. I do like my animes. I do like music. I was a DJ when I was 16, by the way.
You were a DJ at the age of 16, is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's cool, I didn't know
An
that.
online DJ for a radio station that does not exist anymore.
What, actually, what radio station would that happen to be called? Okay, I
It
bench.
used to be called Way Cool Radio at the time. I also did a stint at UE.com. They don't exist either.
Not anymore?
Not anymore.
Why? What caused them to go out of business?
Their management did not like me
That's...
because I was underage at the time.
Oh, okay, I could probably see how that could be a problem.
But for the time that I had, which was a year, mind you, I was at the top of the charts. Their, their ratings were through the roof when I was on the air.
Damn. So what else have you been able to accomplish so far, aside from like accomplishing your goal at the moment?
I was able to do a commercial with Mercedes-Benz Canada at the time.
Oh, that's cool.
That was 3 years ago now.
Sounds like you've done a lot for yourself. Oops.
Yeah. And if you want to look at it, it was called From Virtual to Reality.
From virtual to reality. I'll have to remember that.
For you blues, you can look at Luna's Discord for that. I put it in their video section.
I definitely will have to do that.
I really enjoy getting to know you, Blues.
Yeah, it's been...
Luna said you were awesome.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a time getting to know you as well. Uh, in terms of what you're trying to accomplish, especially in a gaming age where um, where it just seems like people are more focused, like, or rather are just too hyper focused on like the smallest details of like certain games. I hope people are able to like see like gaming from your point of view and just how difficult it has been, like for people, for you as well, for like people like you. If what I'm trying to say makes sense, because half the time I can barely speak English.
Yes, I definitely agree. And let me tell you, Blues, if you ever need to bounce ideas, like for streams or opinions, I'm more than happy to help you and time out.
Well, that'd be great because I have been trying to like process all the information that you've been disclosing tonight, and I've been trying to see how I could possibly use it to accommodate for people like yourself in future streams,
And
mind you.
if if any of you, for whatever reason, would like to help me out monetarily, you can. Right. You're not obligated to. I'm just saying you could if you wanted to.
Yeah, if
I do
there's
have a
some,
Patreon for this purpose.
yeah, if you leave your Patreon with me, I will definitely do what I can to spread the news about it, because I
Where
do
would
believe
you-
that what you're trying to do is honorable. I do believe that other people should be made aware of the challenges that you as a disabled person are like currently facing at the moment. I think people really should be made a little bit more aware of that.
Yeah.
Also,
And
hi Mandy, it's good to see you. Sorry, I got so wrapped up in our conversation here with one-handed media that I feel like I'm ignoring chat when
sorry.
but I really feel bad. I'm really sorry, chat.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It's also partially on me for getting so like uh, wrapped up in this conversation.
You were enthused.
I was, especially since it's something that, again, I feel like, well, all this information is probably going to help me, like, not only understand your perspective, but being also able to just like potentially use this information to accommodate for others in the other streams in the future.
I really wish Twitch and YouTube would remember I'm here. Ask me questions. Because I am willing to work with those companies. I understand what other content creators want. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm trying to be a stopgap between us and the companies we enjoy.
That was a close one.
I do have my Patreon link for you now.
I'll definitely have a look.
Like it?
I'll definitely have a look into it, and I will probably, I'm definitely gonna like have to like talk about it as well on social media as well.
Where would you like it? Discord itself or YouTube chat? Yeah, it's up to you.
You know what? I wouldn't mind if you dropped it into a YouTube chat at the moment. At least that way, anybody else who is interested in like hearing you out could also have a look at it as well.
I don't have very much, stuff on there yet, but it really means a lot for me to take the time out, get to know you guys, so here you go. That was my old gamer tag. I forgot to change it.
Wait, you gave me your gamer tag? Is that what's going on?
No, the link has my old gamer tag on it. I forgot to change it.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
Yeah, but
I'll have to have a look at that at some point as well.
so if I may switch gears, how long have you been playing games?
About the same age as you, oddly enough. At 2 years old, my first console was also a Super Nintendo. Because my family at the time were, or rather, my parents at the time were pretty huge on Nintendo. My first game was my first game, believe it or not, was the first games I ever played were like the Joe and Max series, similar to what JonTron had covered on his channel like years prior.
Oh, I miss him.
He's
Like generously, I miss him.
I think he is still making content, though it has kind of fallen short as to what he used to be able to do, at least from what some people have been telling me. The last thing I ever saw was his food fight video, and that was pretty much it.
And James Rolfe, too. I miss his old style of content. Now I find it way too formulaic.
Oh boy.
I don't feel like he puts heart into the videos that
Oh, I didn't.
sure, it might appear the same, but it's really not the same.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess just to recap for everybody in the chat who just probably came by, the gentleman I'm speaking to today goes by the name of One-Handed Media, a YouTuber with cerebral palsy whose goal at the moment is to be able to make gaming accessible to those who are not able-bodied, to say the least, which I think is
I'm
very.
also on Twitch as well, too. So
Oh yes,
under
on
the
Twitch as well.
same moniker. Everything I kept uniform, except for my Patreon link, which is in YouTube chat. If anyone wants to check it out or has any problems, please feel free to let me know. And I will get that sorted for you. My first game
Oops.
was Super Mario World.
That is such a classic, man.
Yeah. Too bad I couldn't beat it. Came real close though. I made it up to Bowser though, I will tell you that.
I still haven't
Oh,
been
yeah.
able to beat
Oh.
the special worlds, for that matter.
Like I said, Blues, this was kind of unexpected. I didn't expect to have a full-blown interview with you.
Oh, that is totally fine. You did want to talk about. You did say you would hope to like get to know myself as well as you today, which is something I didn't really account for doing today, which is totally fine. I'm always up for like getting to know as many people good people as I possibly can.
Yeah, I do appreciate you taking the time to chat with me.
Hey, no problem, of
Because
course.
not many YouTubers slash Twitchers take the opportunity to
Oops.
do so. They think I'm too promo-y.
To
But
promo
here's
you?
my counter to that. How are you supposed to know me if I can't promo myself a bit? Right?
Well, yeah, that is a bit counterintuitive. To like, well, to me that doesn't really make sense. Like, you want to get to know somebody. Obviously, they're gonna want to talk about them. You want to know what they're all about. So, on that front, I typically don't mind.
They're like, please don't do this in streams. And I'm like, but I want you to get to know me.
Well, I
So,
think the difference here, or the major component that most people don't really take into account, is the idea of consent. Because there are some people who will just like let's be honest, there have been some people in like a lot of streams who just sort of like without like any hesitation, let alone any consent, like I said earlier, to just like self promote themselves, which honestly is a big no no. I think that should be a given. It's always good manners, in my opinion, to just be able to like ask the streamer in general, hey, is it cool that like what you did earlier? Is it cool that is it cool to just like have this conversation that we're having right now? Consent is always a major thing that I think a lot of people seem to skimp out on, and I think that's the main message. I think that's the main message that we should be trying to get across nowadays. Like it's not okay to, like, it's not okay to like talk about yourself without the express permission of like the streamer in question.
right, I do respect that. But in my case, this is how I see it. If the person asks me what I am about, then by decision, I should then be able to explain to them, okay, this is what I'm about, this is what I do, you know. For me, it's really counterintuitive, because I want to get to know the streamer on a one-to-one level. I don't want to get lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always worried about that. I have the same anxiety that anyone does. Especially more, because I'm worried about my content. Is it going to be good? Will I have chatters today? You know? Things like that. And when no one shows up, it's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, I used to have that same type of doubt when I first started. Like I would always be worried whether or not someone would be like I would always whether or not someone would. Oh, I'm dead. I would always worry if there was always going to be someone like coming by to watch and whatnot. That is a legitimate fear to have. I'm not gonna disparage that, especially if you're just starting out, or if it's just something that happens to you on a daily basis.
Because I'm always second guessing myself. Always. It's just something that I know about myself unless I have a physical chat person to chat with. In chat or on mic with you, for example, I would not feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Then I lose confidence in myself. Like, you know. I'm always thinking, is my message going to be good enough to provide content today? That's what my fear is. But since I knew Luna, I knew you were, you know, an okay guy to chat with.
Well, I'm glad you think that way. Just half the time I'm also a scatterbrain, so either what I say, sometimes I'm always
And
worried that what I'm trying to say doesn't really make sense, or like if it just comes off as like mean-spirited when I don't mean it to be.
I'm very much the same way. Believe it or not. Like, this interview was unplanned, uncut.
Although to
I
be
didn't
fair,
have
a
time
lot of the
for it.
content a lot of the things I do are usually unplanned, half the time anyway.
Yeah. Most of the questions I knew the answer within 5 seconds. Usually, when I first start interviewing people or the interviewee, it takes me 5 minutes to get settled in. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
with you, since I already had some rapport with you in some way, it just came natural, you know? And I'm sorry, chat, for not looking at you.
Oops. I'm also
It's
just very
just,
distracted by this little boss fight right at the moment, so
yeah, I see that.
time to bail. Hey.
Oh. And I respect everyone here. Mostly, I respect you for taking the time.
Yeah, of course, man. I didn't really seem to mind at all today. It seems like Luna just has like a natural like talent for just bringing in people to her side, you know? Like just being able to just like one of her goals that she had mentioned earlier was to like provide some sort of what's the word? Comfort zone to anybody who's going through a lot these days.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I was depressed at some point in my life. And sometimes I have flashbacks to times that weren't so good. But over years of trying to do stuff and nothing happening for me, it's like, I was like, what's the point? I had given up on streaming until I found Luna. I was not interested in it at all. Like, I was in a slump. But meeting her and everyone else lit that fire in me again.
Well, I'm glad she's providing some semblance of inspiration.
Even though she says I am one, I just say I'm a regular dude trying to do regular things.
I think that's what a lot of people like myself have been trying to tell ourselves nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, like for us doing the interview now, it's just like a normal conversation between two interested parties, you know?
Mhm.
It doesn't feel stressful. It actually relieves stress for me. Because the more people I share my story with, the better.
Right. And I think more people should know. I think more people should like at least. I just hope more people will come to like understand where you're coming from. Because this is normally something. This is normally something that normally doesn't happen a lot, or like is
doesn't
discussed a
occur
lot,
a
I should say.
Yeah. That's what I say. I'm so unique that when I come into the chat room, people just assume. You know what's funny? People actually assume I'm connected to adult websites.
Wait, what? Is it because of your handle?
Yep.
That's a bit presumptuous.
It happens mostly on Twitch, though.
Well, I mean, granted, it's Twitch, and the average level of intelligence for most Twitch users isn't exactly stellar. To put it nicely.
So I have to explain to them, no, 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 no. This is what this means, not that. And they're like, oh. And then they apologize, and I'm like, don't worry about it. It happens to me more than you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just hope no one makes that mistake again. To be honest.
That makes me kind of angry.
Yeah, I mean,
Upset.
it's kind of rude to be presumptuous on that front too, right?
Yeah. Like, I want to help people, not harm them. I don't care what people think of me. But when it harms my job, because all I do is want to stream, right? So, in a way, that's harm. In a way, that is pre-assuming what I'm about. And the fact that I have to explain it to people each and every time bothers the heck out of me. But luckily I didn't have to do that with Luna.
Yeah. Luna's, as far as I've ever known her, she isn't really the type of person to make presumptions of like people. Like, yeah, we're both of the mature variety as of late these days. But you know, we do have a filter. I know I chat that I tend to project myself as a moron, and I really am. There's no ifs or buts about it. You guys have seen me play games. You guys see like the screw ups that I do. But you know, when push comes to shove, you know, we do know when to take matters seriously.
You know what I call my followers? Or subscribers in this case? My one-handed nation.
Your one-handed nation? Wow.
Yeah. That's what I call my followers slash subscribers on YouTube. For those who subscribe to my Patreon, I consider them part of my army.
You know, it's
Right, 'cause
strange. It's strange. I've been
there's
doing this for like
working-
3+ years now. I don't typically like have anything or any sort of name to describe my followers. Like I don't have a name for them. I kind of debated on that,
What?
but like, I don't know. That would be up if I were to do something like that. That would be chat's decision. If that's what they want to be called, then that's what I'll call them respectively.
Right, and I respect that. And I want everyone to know they're all welcome in my army. I don't care where you come from, what you do, what, you know, what your belief is, or, you know.
That was close. Okay.
Everyone is welcome here. How did you come up with your name?
How did I come up with the name Digital-Bluez?
Yeah.
It's a complicated story to say the least. I think it came about it came about in the year 2014 where I kind of just needed to drop an old persona. What my previous persona before Digital-Bluez was I'm gonna be honest, it was like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, chat. It was an edgy and it was an unnecessarily edgy name. Like the way I was handling it and the way I was wanting to project the character for it, it was like needlessly edgy, and I was like, that's just not me anymore. You know, I kind of outgrew it, as most people do when they discover like, hey, the nickname I used to run with back in on the internet back in those days, yeah, not that great. So I kind of needed a new one that reflected like my sudden passion for music making and what
Artistry, pretty much, yeah.
something like that. I didn't anticipate becoming a streamer way back then. This was more or less that was just more or less something that I figured it would like help me keep sane, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes, it does.
And there was a slight how shall I say, inspiration from the Mega Man Battle Network series that
Ah,
that
love
came
that
from that.
series. Haven't played it though.
That's that pretty much was the basis for like forming my handle, more or less.
Ah, my process was okay. I can use one hand, but what makes sense? What will interest people in the name, right?
Right.
And I thought about one-handed gamer. Then I thought one-handed player. But you know what really stuck me with media? It was the fact that media could mean anything. It could mean merch. It could mean videos. It could mean a production company. It could mean. So I wanted something that would stick with people. That's how I came up with mine.
Well, I'm telling you right now, one-handed media is definitely unique in of itself, and it's definitely one of those handles that'll probably leave a really good impression with people.
Now if only I could remove that stigma that people normally think. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Actually, vaguely, if you wouldn't mind elaborating.
That stigma that Twitch automatically assumes that I'm with some adult website, which I'm not.
It is kind of sad that that's what Twitch has been. That's the immediate course of thought that people will take when anything associated to Twitch, when that really shouldn't be the case.
I'm tired of explaining it to people. Because I've been dealing with it for almost 4 years now.
I imagine it does get pretty stressful after a while.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I just give up. And if they say it a second time, then I will jump into it
Of
and
course.
explain it to them. I shouldn't have to explain myself at all. They don't even bother to look at my channel on Twitch to realize, oh, that's what he means. Right?
Right. Yeah. Most people on Twitch don't really have the attention. Like, I'm not trying to generalize Twitch users because that's not really the case. Like, yeah, it happens a lot, but there are some good people out there on Twitch, but like, let's be honest, chat. The majority of people, at least from my experience, from like watching from family friendly streamers to the not so family friendly streamers, let's be honest, the level of compassion that you'll get from a Twitch viewer, not so much a streamer. Well, in some cases the streamer, but in this case the viewer. The level of compassion is always like, it's cruel when it shouldn't really have to be.
I'm like, why should I have to fight to explain it to you when you could just easily look at my profile with one click and read my about section? And once you read that, that is the purpose behind my name. You know?
Yeah, and it's
Drives me up the wall. And no, chat, I am not changing my name again.
honestly, I don't think this. Honestly, I don't really think you should. I think, I think there is a lot of. I think there is like a sense of outward strength, in my opinion, that comes from your username, and given what you've been able to describe yourself as, in the short hour or so that we've been having this conversation, I really hope that people will like come to understand like your perspective in the end.
Well, I shouldn't really have to explain it, but in your case, I felt obligated because you asked me about it.
I did ask, which honestly did turn this into an impromptu interview, like you said. If only because I was also very much interested in learning this knowledge for myself, like I said earlier.
And I hope that chat really enjoys, this, because this is something I do not do on a regular basis.
I can understand, but like I said earlier, I was willing to accommodate for this conversation if it would make explaining your side of the if it would make explaining your perspective a lot easier for yourself.
Right. And I appreciate it,
Right.
because not a lot of streamers would do that. And again, I'm sorry, chat, for taking up your gameplay time.
And I'm also good. And honestly, I'm also gonna apologize and again to chat if I missed anything that I was supposed to read. Uh,
You're looking pretty good down there. I'm checking periodically, by the way.
okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure. But unfortunately, I think this is where I do have to draw things to an end. It is 9:30, and I also did promise somebody that I would help them out with a few. Let's say, I can't say on stream, but it is documents that I cannot, in which I cannot describe because it is doxing information. So I did promise I would help them out with that. So I will unfortunately have to wrap things up for the night.
Thank you for having me, Blues.
No, well, hey, thank you for explaining your side of the story, or your side of rather your perspective, I should say, because this has been insightful, and I hope I can use this to accommodate for viewers who are of your who are non-able-bodied, as we had discussed earlier, because this is something I hope that I can like, because I do want to welcome like anybody as best as I can, and if in learning all this, I hope that it'll provide some insight.
I enjoyed it. Really, I did.
Phew. But you did say you were going to be interviewed by Luna herself, right?
Yes.
Did she ever say what day so that I can have a look?
No, she did not. We're still figuring out the details.
Okay. Well, you have me on Discord. If when push comes to shove, if you guys do end up deciding on a date for it, I will definitely do my best to tune in on that day.
Thank you for that.
Is there anything you'd like to say before I end things off for the moment?
If you guys are so inclined by our conversation, please visit me over at my YouTube channel and Twitch. And if you are so inclined, please donate to my cause.
And again, chat, this is the person. You know, I'll actually write down the username in chat. This is the person that I've been. This is the person that has lent their time for me for tonight. I hope it shows up. There we go. This is the person I've been having this conversation with this entire night. Do consider like I said earlier, do consider having a look at their content on their YouTube and Twitch channels, respectively. And I hope that you're able to see things from their point of view.
And if you need help, Blues, I'm never more than a DM on Discord away.
Of course, I'll definitely reach out to you if I do have a few questions. But until then, One Handed Media, it was a pleasure getting to know you, as well as learning everything that I can from about your whole situation from you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Hopefully we can do this again sometime.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Because I do have a very busy. I do have a very busy. A lot of busy things going on for me this month, and just every other day, week, to be honest. As much as I don't want it to be.
Of course.
But
And I just got a new subscriber. Two new subscribers, actually, while talking to you.
oh well, there you go. I'm glad. I'm glad people are starting to.
Yes. I just hope I could entertain them.
It come honestly in the 2 years that I've been doing this. In my opinion, it comes with practice. You won't get it right the first time, but every time is a learning experience.
Never too far to help someone like you or Rozzy or uh, Luna, for example,
Mm-hmm.
are never more than just that. Hey, can we do this thing? Or would you be interested in doing this? Or I need help with this.
Of course.
Very flexible.
Of course. Yeah, I will definitely consult you from if I need like if I do need a tip or two.
You're more than welcome to. Catch you guys next time.
Until then, One-Handed Media, thank you again for your time, and thank you for having this conversation with me. Uh, I do hope you have a good night.
You too, my friend. And I hope you and chat found it enlightening.
Assuming that people were able to hear this conversation, I may have I don't know if the whole conversation actually went through or like because like I don't know OBS has been discooperative with me for audio for some reason today.
I know. Same thing with me. But hopefully it went through.
I'll have to check the VOD later on, but I certainly hope it did. But yes, have a good night, One-Handed Media.
Absolutely. You too, bud. Much respect.
Take care.
Take care.
Well, it did. Don't worry. Okay, thank goodness. I don't know why. I don't know why OBS decided to just like malfunction in terms of audio for that one call. I didn't really know why that was gonna happen. Of course, I got here at the end of the stream again. I am so sorry, mid market. I'm so sorry. I'd streamed longer, but I do have some like offline work that I have to do for a relative. I can't really say what because it does contain doxing information. So you were hearing one-handed. Okay, thank goodness. So I was worried that the conversation wasn't going through. What did you miss? Well, mid-market, I was having a conversation with a person going by the name of One-Handed Media. One-Handed Media is a Twitch slash YouTube a YouTuber slash Twitch streamer, who by their account is dealing with. Never mind. Yeah, I get that. Don't worry. Oh, okay. Okay, just making sure. But One-Handed Media was basically having a conversation with me regarding like gaming and how it can be a bit of a hard thing to access, especially for those who are of as they had put it in the interview, physically challenged, if that's the right way to say it. I certainly hope I'm not. I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not stepping on any proverbial toes. Because there isn't that really many non-able-bodied people in my life that I know, and hearing everything that One-Handed Media was talking to me about, it did kind of shift my perspective just a little bit. And in light of all the information that I was able to like learn from One-Handed today, I hope I get to use that information to be able to make a lot of my the streams, for example, easier to digest as well as like comfortable to access for those who are not able-bodied. We'll go with that. Aside from that, there isn't really much else I can say. I hope the rest of you guys have a good night. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna swap to another screen. There, at least that way we have some good background noise. Or background music, I should say. What am I doing tomorrow? Oh, right. If things go well tomorrow, and if there isn't anything prohibiting us in terms of time, I'm hoping that tomorrow on my Twitch channel, I'll be able to stream Borderlands 3 again. This time with a full team, consisting of Time, Luna Lore, and Penny Senseless themselves. Provided that our we don't get distracted by anything else tomorrow. But I think that will be the thing I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I don't know what's going to be happening next week. I did say I was going to be collaborating, or at least attempting to collaborate a lot more with people, because I do have a lot of friends that I do want to collaborate with, and I want them to be able to like talk with you guys too. And you know, I just read that. I'm so sorry, One-Handed. It's been a pleasure having you on stream, One-Handed. I hope I wish you good luck with your mission to make gaming accessible to those who are unable to enjoy media as well as the rest of us are able to. I wish you luck in your mission to do that. What friends? Hey, I have friends. What are you going on about? Joey, back me up here. I'm kidding. But if anything, if I am going to be collaborating with a lot more people next week, I might just stream one of these collaborations on YouTube, provided any of my say-so friends are obliged to. Aside from that, it might just be a purely streaming, not streaming. It might just be a pure like Twitch week of Twitch streams next week. I don't know. We'll see how things pan out. But until then, chat. This is the truth. We are friends. See, even Joey knows. But right. Until then, chat. Stay safe. Wear your masks. Get your shots up to date. Stay nourished. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy, chat. But above all else, don't let anybody in the world try to destroy your vibes, because you guys are one of the greatest people to ever exist on the face of this planet Earth. And I could not ask for a better community other than what I've been able to, like, just, other than what I've been able to, what's the word? I'm drawing a blank here. I could not ask for a better community other than what I've managed to accumulate so far. So, from the bottom of my digital heart, thank you to every single one of you. Take care, everybody. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week here on YouTube, but I know I'm going to have a blast doing it. And I hope I get to see you again next week. If not, probably on the first week of September. Take care, guys. Digital-Bluez, logging off.